As you see in the video here, what I'm doing incline press, not heavy weight at all. I had did my heavy bench press earlier. So as I told you in my previous video, how to build a bigger bench, um, what I'm doing is my accessories right here, my bench press accessories. This is one of them I do, incline press. And what you see is when I come down, I'm doing a pause. I'm doing a long deliberate pause. I'm really trying to establish that mind muscle connection. I'm not just trying to throw the weight around. And I did lightweight, nothing really heavy. A lot of times when I do incline press, I'm so fatigued from my bench press that I don't really do heavy weight, and I do longer pauses. And the pauses I do here to establish a good mind muscle connection and just to pump the weight out. So when you do the incline press, really consider giving a good pause at the end of the rep. And I hope you enjoyed this little snippet of
Welcome
one
to
of
the
my
Youth Challenge.
accessories.
This is your everyday power lifter, your everyday person, Brent. As you see at the beginning of this video, what I was doing is incline press, which is one of my accessories that I do when I'm working on my powerlifting meet. And yeah, this is my trophy that I won for my first place trophy that I won at the Gritman's Classic. If you can see it there. So I won this trophy. So I won that. My powerlifting meet. I'm also in the tutorial on the Southern Powerlifting Federation's page. You can see that there to verify that I had won my meet in the 100 kg 45 to 49 class. If y'all hadn't know, the coronavirus is really through a haymaker in my up and coming meet. So to be completely transparent, honest, I was really looking forward to going to it. Man, I was ready. I could see my bench press was getting better and better. I was hitting some strong numbers. I don't have video to verify it, and if because for whatever reason I didn't film it, but I'm not gonna say the numbers I hit. Only thing I'll talk about is what y'all actually seen. In my next video, I'll show you my deadlift, which I was repping 500 and really doing very well at 500 pounds as part of the programming. I could have probably went up, but the program calls for me to every time I hit a number for 5 reps, I go up to the next increment, which is 10-pound increments. My coach lets me, since I'm at a point where I really kind of know my body and I know where to go. Sometimes I'll go up more than 10 pounds. Sometimes I'll go up maybe even 15 pounds, really, to see how I feel and how the weight is moving. And I move according to my programming. I don't stick to a hard-coded programming anymore. I've been lifting long enough, and I know my body well enough that the programming is a template. It's not a hard-coded follow it, and that's one of the things that you'll learn when you started powerlifting for a while. The programming is a template to be able to get you to help you build strength over a period of time. Periodization, you hit a number, and then you go up. You hit a number, you go up, and then you're able to consistently be able to gain strength and power, and to be able to move weight at a consistent number instead of fluctuating. Having one day one day you're squatting 450 easily. The next day you for 1 rep. The next day you squat 450 for one. You can't do it. That's where you really consistent training up under that load to be able to hit that number, whether it's squat, bench press, or deadlift, whatever the case may be. But anyway, kind of rambling, but my point is my powerlifting meet was coming up April the 7th or the 11th. I can't remember the exact day. I don't have my calendar right here, but anyway, my coach, me and Mike talked, and the idea was with the coronavirus and everything, we pretty much believe that it's going to be canceled. Hadn't heard a for sure date, but the nationals are in June, um, June the 11th or June something or other. I can't remember the exact day of the nationals, and I already received my invite for the nationals. So I'm not going to be competing in the Grit House Classic because we're pretty sure it's not gonna happen. Very disappointing. As I told my wife and told my coach, I've been really thinking that there were some great numbers I was gonna hit in the deadlift, the squat, the bench press. Really moving weight a lot better than last meet. I was so fatigued going into the last meet, and but I recovered so well that I didn't really realize that I was going to recover that well, and I really went in and I didn't go for it like I should. I didn't want to miss any lifts. I didn't want to put any type of negative energy out there, so I didn't go for it like I should, and I think I left some weight on the platform, and that's nobody's fault but mine. Not blaming anybody, you know. Should have went for it. And if I missed it, I missed it. But I just wanted to hit numbers, and I won, which is cool. But at the end of the day, my competition is me. It's not really winning anything. It's me just competing against me. I'm not a little kid or little boy that I need a trophy to validate what I'm doing. But anyway, as you've seen earlier in the video, I've got that out of the way about me not performing. And so right now, what I'm doing is I'm let me backtrack. When you've seen at the early part of this video, that was my accessory movement. That was the idea, was working on my accessories that particular day because I had such a heavy bench press, and I did 12 sets of bench press that day. It was a lot. It was a lot of reps and sets, and I was hitting some great numbers that day. I mean, getting up in the 300 plus. I mean, I'm not gonna say any numbers because I actually want when the gym opens up in 2 weeks, hopefully God willing, I'm going to go in there and I'm going to do a max day, a PR day, and I'm just going to go in, warm up. I'm probably going to I might even take a vacation day just to go in, PR, probably take the whole day, go in there and just PR that day. And after that day, probably after our PR, I may take the week off, just let my body recover from PRing, and then start preparing myself for the June powerlifting meet. But I want a PR to be able to see where I'm at. And back to the beginning of the video, the accessories, the importance of accessories. As you will go through and listen, everybody has their own technique on how to be able to build strength and power. Some people just say, hey, constantly bench, squat, deadlift. That's one thought. But there's also a thought of accessories, and accessories are thought by some lifters and trainers important to build up those primary lifts, the bench, the deadlift, and squat. The reason of the incline press is to help build a better bench. The incline press does not put your shoulder in doesn't put so much load on your front and delts. It doesn't put so much load on your rotator cuff as the bench press does. And and some people don't have that problem at all. I do, because I dislocated my shoulder a long time ago, but I do those accessory movements to build to build up the other muscle groups. I do, whether it's dumbbell shoulder press, incline press, whether I do face pulls, whether I do rack pulls, whether I do band pull aparts. I do all these different movements, and that's just a few. I do other things as well uh, when I have the time. I do all these accessories to build up my whole shoulder, my whole shoulder housing, or you might say the whole rotator cuff and the ball, how the socket and the ball, the rotator cuff sit in there. I try to build all the muscle groups around that, have a good fluid movement in my rotator cuff, so that my shoulder's not put in a bad position. Don't want to make this a long video, but the incline press is one of those accessories I feel like is a good tool to have in your toolbox when you're not wanting to just do bench press only. If you have the ability to be able to get some incline presses in, I would very much encourage you to do incline press. And if you can't go heavy, because some days when you do a heavy bench press and you have heavy sets, you may not have a whole bunch of strength to do heavy on the bench. On the incline bench. It's not necessary, but it is cool to be able to push some weight around, to be able to put your body in another position to move weight for that load. And it's another movement that's your body is pressing weight in a position where it's building your upper chest, it's building some front delt, maybe a little medial delt, but it's building the upper chest, and some front delt work is being done, and possibly maybe some, if you incline press like I do, which I incline press very narrow, you probably hit some tricep. That's one of the accessories I do. And to build a bigger bench, you just want to get stronger in everything in this whole muscle group: chest, upper chest, front delt, medial delt, rear delt, upper back. All that works together. Good arch, strong arch, leg drive, feet placement, feet set, whether you're in the federation where you can have your toes off the floor, or you have to have your feet flat. Whatever your position is, strong setup, strong bench setup. And when I go back to the gym in a couple of weeks, God willing, the coronavirus, hopefully it's, starting to, hopefully those affected, or the numbers are starting to hopefully go down, and they'll be able to allow us back into the gym and go back in there and start prepping for the June meet. I'll probably have to start over with a new programming. I probably get my coach, and he'll probably help me put together an idea, a training program for myself to prepare myself to peak for the next meet. But I have no control over the coronavirus or anything else. You all know that. I'm just your everyday powerlifter, your everyday person, Brent, and I wish all you all out there in the lifting world, the fitness world, the strength building world, I wish y'all nothing but health and well-being.